So, welcome back to Exploding Dice Gaming, where today we're going to be playing a game of Kings of War. We are probably more excited about playing Kings of War than we are ready to play Kings of War at this point.
Yeah, a little bit.
As you can see, not all the models have been painted. Some of those that have been painted aren't my best work. But we've been wanting to play Kings of War again for a long time, so we're going to throw it down on the table and see what happens.
So just for you get a sense of timescale, the last set of videos we did of Kings of War, that's probably the last time we played Kings of War. We've been talking about it pretty much non-stop, but stuff happened, like 8th edition, Drop Zone Commander, Zombicide, all of the stuff.
Yeah. But we want to play some Kings of War. We've got our armies together, 1,500 points each side. We've decided that partly to excuse our lack of terrain, this is set in the aftermath of a great magical catastrophe that the Sacred Empire of Leonia is allegedly responsible for.
There's only two possibilities. Either you were state-sanctioned or rogue elements.
Well, you know, we're neither going to confirm nor deny that. What we are going to say is that we're not going to stand for this Regan rebellion. We're going to send in the Sacred Order of the Golden Cross, and we're going to crush these rebels and their elven supporters before the festering heart of treachery can take root. Yeah. So,
what does the Regan commander have to say about that?
The city-state of Riga has been a loyal supporter of the Empire for a long time. However, after this horrendous brandishing of power, it has become quite obvious that the city-state that was always been somewhat independent should now be fully independent, and the Elven enclave that lives with us kind of sort of agrees. Get out of our way.
No, you. So we've done deployment. We are both horrifically out of practice on deployment, so we both feel like we've messed this up pretty substantially.
Yeah. Yeah, I have.
We have also rolled mission type, which is just kill. Which I feel is entirely suitable for the narrative that we're forging here. Yeah, we're ready to rock and roll. We will discuss our army lists through the magic of editing.
Okay, so this is Andy's Regans.
Yeah. So for this fight against the oppressive empire, I've brought two hordes of shield wall. This one has the Wine of Elvenkind, so they've got nimble, which might prove useful in the future. I have 3 spear phalanx troops, 2 ballistae, a unit of foot guard. This is the Praetorian Guards, and they have the Blessing of the Gods, so they are elite. This one is a foot guard. They are the veterans, and they have the Chant of Hate. I have a army standard bearer with the Diadem and Dragonkind, general with the Boomstick, and a wizard with the spells Bane Chant and Heal. And I also have a contingent of kindred archers from the Elves army list to make it a nice round 1,500 points, and to add a little bit of shooting to my army.
So to bring civilization back to this blasted wasteland, we essentially have an army that is split into 2 halves. We've got the Empress Elizabeth, who is in praying mode today. She is a priest with Bane Chant and the Inspiring Talisman, because she is naturally inspiring to her troops. We've got a War Wizard who has Lightning Bolt. And we've got 2 regiments of Paladin Knights who form the basis of the Golden Order of the Golden Cross even. This regiment has the Chant of Hate, this regiment has the Blessing of the Gods. The aim of this is that the army then splits into 2 parts, where you've got one group advancing up which is very difficult to shift and can hold objectives. The other half of the army consists of a horde of knights and 2 regiments of Elohi backed up with a phoenix. They are an incredibly mobile force that can move up, get into the opponent's back lines, and hopefully screw things up for them. The Phoenix is really there to help heal and support the Elohi, which are pretty good but tend to get stuck in and not really able to shift things if they get bogged down. The Knights I've given the Brew of Strength. They're pretty difficult to move around because they're so big, but they, with 32 attacks and at least Crushing Strength 1, if not Thunderous Charge 2 backing it up as well, will kill pretty much anything they hit, at least in theory. But I feel like Crushing Strength is the way to go with them because there's so many things in the game or circumstances which can arrive in the game which mean Thunderous Charge can be taken away and then they can get bogged down as well. The two regiments of Elohi. The guy with the sword has got a blade of slashing because I had 5 points left over. Rerolling an attack might be useful. The regiment with shields, which are very springy, have the potion of confidence, I believe it's called, or potion of bravery, which basically means the opponent is at -1 when they roll nerve. So effectively they're nerve 15 rather than nerve 14, because again, I'm expecting them to get stuck in.
And here is the roll-off to see who gets to go first.
I'd just like to say before I roll, viewers at home should not read anything into the fact that I'm using dice marked with the god of magic from the Warhammer Fantasy universe. It's not at all a sign of culpability.
So we have a
A
4
4 and a 1.
and a 1.
So we will go first.
Okay.
Yes.
Still the initiative?
That doesn't work in this.
I got a 6! I got a 6! It's the only time I'm going to get a goddamn 6 this game.
Yep, when it doesn't count.
Okay, so end of the first turn for the Basileans.
Yeah, remember how I said I thought I messed up my movement, my deployment? I did. These guys were just a little bit too far over to avoid that without giving up their flank to those guys. But everything's moved up. I've started to split up this side, which I didn't really want to do, but was kind of inevitable because moving a massive horde of knights around is actually pretty hard. I've baited them in that everything is just outside of range for being charged by the Regans, but next turn most of my stuff will be able to get charges off, so we shall see how that goes. I've got to weather some fire though.
Okay. So then we move on to turn 1 for the Regan army.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so first turn for the Regans. The 5th Legion here have done the shield wall shuffle. They've gone slightly forward to better engage troops, but you know, being the defensive army that they obviously are, they don't want to overextend. So I've just moved these 2 hordes of shield wall forwards. The elves have taken an advantageous position up on the hill.
I'm not sure that we can win now that they've got the high ground.
Yeah.
Yes.
There is also a paint pot propping them up because
Wobbly model syndrome. And the 2 elite units of the Praetorians and the veterans have moved round to threaten the flank of the Golden Cross.
Yeah.
So we're going to open up with the shooting. So, first ballista into the horde of knights. Single shot on a 5. I actually hit for once.
Nice.
This is unprecedented. What do I do now? Last D3 plus 2. So that's 5 hits, and it is piercing 3.
Defense 5, so 2s.
So 2s. That's 5 points of damage.
Ow.
That is a impressive start there.
Yep. And the second ballista will do the same.
That is also a hit.
That's also a hit. And gets only 4 hits this time. And that's another 4 points of damage.
Okay, I was not expecting that.
Neither was I. The Lister actually did a thing.
Yep.
I'm confused.
Yeah,
What does my wizard have? Can't see anything, but he has fireball, but he can't see anything. So it doesn't matter. Nothing to Bane Chant, nothing to heal. So moving on from him.
do they take a nerve test now?
No, nerve tests in the shooting phase happen at the end of the turn. They happen immediately after a combat area is resolved during the melee phase.
Okay.
The unit of kindred archers should probably shoot the Alohi, to be honest. They are the biggest threat at the moment and the fastest moving. So that's 10 shots, hitting on 4s, but they're
Reroll
elves,
ones.
so they've got elite, so they reroll 1s. Just the 1. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 5 hits.
Okay, they are defense 5.
Okay. I have not got any piercing, so 5s. That's 3 points of damage. Actually, what was the range of a lightning bolt spell you said?
24 inches.
24 inches? Yep. So, yeah. So the general is going to grab his boomstick and shoot you, but I will say you're in cover.
Okay.
Though I don't know what that affects spells.
I believe it does.
Yeah. So also, so you're in cover, and he moved. So that's well, it'll be 5s.
I'm just going to check something.
What's that?
It doesn't actually say.
Cover is covered. You get -1 if you're in cover.
But no, I was looking to see if there was anything about how much of a model has to be covered before it's in cover, but it doesn't say. So
Yeah.
you can see the corner. We'll say you're fine.
Yeah. He's not going to hit anyway because he needs like 6s.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So, nerve tests now.
Yeah.
Shall we start with the Horde? What is their nerve?
Their nerve is 22, 24, but you should roll anyway.
I should roll anyway because if I get a double 6, they'll be wavered.
And if you don't, I remove a point of damage because they are. I have Iron Resolve.
Ah. So. No.
So they go down to 8 damage.
Yep. And for the Alohi, which I doubt is going to be much different. 13.
13. Their nerve is nothing or 14.
Okay, so that's fine. And that is the end of Regan turn 1.
Okay. So a good way of opening the battle there, with a couple of bolts slamming into those knights, but I think it might be. I think the knights might be preparing to
Yeah.
Yeah.
retaliate.
Yeah.
Okay, so Basilean turn 2. They're about to throw down, I think. So,
Yeah, we are indeed about to throw down.
Yep. So, do you want to explain your movements?
Sure. These guys shuffled out of the forest and are just out of charge range, basically protecting the flank for Priest. Priest has moved up to be in range to Bane Chant the Alohi, who are taking on the elves, or the filthy collaborators, as we might put it. And she's also got her bodyguard there. The War Wizard has moved just around a little bit so he can get a shot off against the Horde, but isn't currently expecting to do much more than that. These Alohi have charged this chaff unit of spearmen. The Knights have charged that chaff unit of spearmen. The Phoenix has moved up to attempt to heal the Knights, which we may as well do now.
forgot she had heal 6.
So that's removing 5 points of damage.
Meep.
Oof.
And the wizard will shoot that horde. For, I'm going to call that cocked.
Okay.
For nothing. And the priest will attempt to put Bane Chant on the Elohi. And does.
Succeeds, yeah.
There we go.
They have an extra crushing strength. Not that they probably needed it.
No. What's their defense? 3.
Defense 4.
So yeah, it was needed. Just.
Were they only crushing strength 1?
Yeah.
Oh.
Elohi are not super strong. Basic. So shall we go straight into the combat?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll go across Elohi. I believe it's 9 attacks.
Mm.
Hitting on 3s. So less than impressive. And then wounding on 2s. So yeah, that's 4 wounds.
Okay, so elves are on 4.
Those Elohi.
Do you want to do finish up the nerve test because you might get a consolidation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nerve tests happen immediately after a combat is resolved.
So that's a 10.
10 plus 14. They are wavered, so they're still there,
Yeah.
but you guys get knocked back an inch. There,
We're kind of doing the best we can, guys.
Wobbly model syndrome being what it is.
Yep.
So 3.
So then this combat here.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll?
Over there. So that's a bit better. They get to reroll one of their misses because they're the ones with the blade of slashing. Nope. 3, 6, 7. Defenses 4 or 5? 4 probably.
For spear phalanx, they are defense 4.
Yep. So 3s because they're crushing strength 1. Means that is 4 again.
Okay.
And then nerve test 6, so 10.
Wavered.
Okay. And then the knights.
Yeah.
6, 9, 12. I'll roll these twice because they get 32 attacks.
Oh, ouch.
They really should be fucking dead. Hitting on 3s. So take out the misses. 3, 6, 9. So 10 hits, and then a further 3, 6,
2 and
9. So 18 hits.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Another 2 dice. Crushing strength 1, so wounding on 3s.
It's a good roll.
So that's 4, 8, 12, 14.
Oof.
And the nerve test is...
Anything but a double 1.
Yeah.
And we have our first casualty,
Yep.
or group of casualties.
First unit gone. Enjoy your 85 points.
Yeah, I mean that's...
Also, oh yeah, crushing strength 1 you said,
Yeah. I went with brute strength because we'll get into that in the other thing.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see how the Regans can respond.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so turn 2 for the Regans.
Yeah. And now we counter the initial attack. Now that they have obviously opened the hostilities.
And I can't measure for shit.
Yeah. And Albany Model Syndrome slides
Yep.
things down. Anyway, lots of charges this turn, so this Spear Phalanx has gone into the Knight Horde to delay them slightly further. multiple charge here with the Horde and the Spear Phalanx going into the Alohi. No charges here, however, this Horde has charged in. They are nimble, so with that Brew of Elvenkind, so they could easily shuffle into position. The Praetorian Guard have gone into this unit of knights.
Paladins, yeah.
Oh, paladins, yep. And I've slowly moved up the veterans in support. And the Battle Standard Bearer has advanced slightly as well. So, for shooting spellcasting, the Blister can't really do anything. Excuse me. I'm just going to start with my Trumpet Wizard and cast Bane Chant onto what's the Knight's Defense?
5.
Yeah, they're going to cast Bane Chant onto the spears. Yep. So that's piercing 1 on those guys, and then over here we're going to put Diadem of Dragonkind onto the Alohi.
Yep.
So that's a 10 dice breath attack, hitting on 4s. And 5s. That's 2 points of damage.
Not a lot, but it does all add up.
Takes them to 5.
Yep. I believe that is all of my shooting, because the general with his boomstick cannot see anything. So,
Nerve test.
yeah. Double 6. No, 7.
So that drops them back down.
Yeah.
So they're currently on 4 points of damage.
Yep. And now we get to the fight phase, or melee. So we'll start with against the knights. They have 10 attacks, hitting on 4s.
Vigorous dice shaking there.
Well, it might confuse them and actually, get the numbers I need.
Yep.
Which, 6 hits. They are piercing 1, defense 5, so 4s. That's 3 further points of damage.
Okay. Do you want to do the nerve test?
I will. What is their nerve again?
21, 22,
Oh.
so
Double 6s.
no,
9, so.
drops a point off.
Yep.
Okay.
We will start with the phalanx in there,
Yep.
because I've got the dice already. So, 4s. Yes. 5s.
Wow.
4
Ooh.
points damage.
Hey, that's pretty good. And then presumably the Horde have to attack as well before
Yep.
you can do the nerve test on them.
They do indeed. So I need. So that's 10, 15. Okay. 20. 25 attacks. Hitting on 4s. So, yeah, let's do a yeah pile. It's probably smaller than the no pile. And then the 5s.
1.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And nerve test. No.
This drops them back down to 4.
Oh, nerve is
Okay.
no. And now for the Horde versus the Paladins.
Yep.
So the same number of dice again.
Yep. 4s. So I think this is slightly better. Yep. And then your defense 5 again. Show offs.
7.
7. Oh yeah, these guys go back an inch. And nerve. 17.
They're in inspiring, so I suspect I'm going to ask you to re-roll that, but let me just double check. Yeah, I will ask you to re-roll that.
13.
Yep, nothing, and they drop one off.
Curse you. So they'll go back as far as they can.
Yep.
Although the Elohi are further up the thing, it's just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then one
And
more combat.
the Praetorians with the blessing of the gods, which makes an elite. So we have 12 attacks. So that's all the left ones. 1, 2, 1, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. But no 1s to re-roll.
No, but you've got a lot of hits.
Yep.
That's a good roll.
So that's 11 hits.
Yep. And defense 5.
4 points of damage.
Okay, do you want to do the nerve test?
Yep. 13 again.
Yeah, they're fine.
Okay. Boom.
Okay.
So, lots of combat, very little effect apart from just putting the points onto them.
Yeah, you've started to soften them up though.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. So.
On to turn 3 for you.
Yeah.
Yep. So Basilean turn 3.
Okay, so the paladins there charged those guys. These paladins charged those guys. The Elohi reformed, basically offering their back to the elves, which is perhaps a little bit dangerous, but opens them up for a nice rear charge on the horde next turn.
That's going to be juicy.
The war wizard moved round so he can shoot the elves. Might get lucky. These Elohi charged that horde. The phoenix moved up, plopped down in the middle there, and these knights are continuing to try and murder the phalanx that's there to be a speed bump for them. So, I think the phoenix is going to use fireball. Yep, breath attack 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 on that phalanx. Try and clear them off. So yeah, that's 6 hits.
Okay. That's 4.
So that's an extra 1.
It all adds up. And they can't heal, presumably, in the same way that your guys can. So.
No, that's the main reason he's got like a huge number of troops compared to me. And my war wizard will lightning bolt the elves. 2 hits. Piercing 2, so 2 wounds.
Yeah, probably.
Is it piercing 2?
This thing is piercing 3, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so long as it's not just piercing 1. No, it is piercing 1, so it's only 1 more wound.
Oh, okay, so 5.
And the priest will bane chant these guys, which he does.
Cool.
Then nerve tests.
Yep.
So they.
Yep.
8,
Inspiring.
10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. Okay.
Oh dear.
They were gone, or they were gone. So
Yeah.
And the elves. 5, 10.
yeah, there are 14, 16, so they're fine.
They're fine. Damn. I was hoping I might get lucky and get another wave up there. So then on into the mass slaughter.
Well, I know you're only riding horses, and that was a very stupid idea, but we'll see how it goes.
14.
You never know, you might survive.
16. So first up.
They're needing 3s to hit, presumably.
Yep, so that's 3, 6, 9, 10 first, and
That's a lot of dice.
13, 16, 19 hits in total. Yep. Threes, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because you've still got phalanx. So that's 3, 6, 9, 10, 11.
Okay, so not a double one.
It's not a double one.
Inspiring?
Still not a double one.
Yeah.
They will then take a reform and basically go like that. Although they have to shuffle back an inch from that guy. These guys. 3, 6, 9. Get one of the rerolls. Nope, still hasn't helped. 3, 6, 7 hits. And 3, 4, 5. Is it defense 4 for them or 5? Okay, so that's 7 more wounds.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
have to do the nerve for them.
Yep. They're fine.
Thought they probably were. They are a horde.
Yep.
These guys. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 attacks. Rerolling ones because they've got the blessing.
That was just not meant to hit.
My rerolls have not helped me much. And then 3, 6, 9. Crushing strength 1. Does absolutely nothing this time, but it is 5 wounds, which presumably means nothing to them.
Yeah, well, roll it anyway because you might get a double 6.
I do!
Yeah.
So they are wavered.
Ouch.
'Cause-
Then-
Oh wait, sorry, hang on. Let me just double check. Because I do have a battle standard bearer. Damn it. And they are within 9 inches, so because of very inspiring, so please re-roll.
Yeah, they're not. Wait.
Okay.
Ah.
Ah.
Those are not going to stay there, are they?
No. I'm sorry, I'll build a flatter hill next time.
And then last squad. Yeah, of course they roll all the ones. Get 5 hits and 4 wounds.
Okay.
It's only reroll ones to wound with vicious, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then 12.
Torians 14, 16.
Yeah. So then everybody bounces back an inch.
Yep.
Cool.
Now we get into the grinder.
Yeah.
It's meat grinder time. So, turn 3.
Yep. Okay, so the Vegans have countercharged again. Historians have gone back into the Paladins. The Horde have gone back into the Paladins. The Elves have gone into the back of the Elohi. Now they're not the greatest melee combat, but if we go with statistic averages, then we will see that they actually have a better chance of causing some damage by charging than rather shooting.
And it would be really embarrassing if they killed them.
It would
It would be like really embarrassing.
It would.
I might just concede the game immediately.
They get triple the attacks for doing that, don't they? So-
Indeed. The veterans have moved forward, realising that they can't. They could go take the long way through the trees, or they can start threatening the Elohi if they are to survive. This horde of Shieldall have gone into the Elohi here again, and now we're into the spell casting and shooting phase. The wizard is going to cast Bane Chant on this horde and gets it off, so they're on Crushing Strength 1. Ballista into the Knights. They are definitely in the front art.
Okay.
5. No.
Nope.
This going to shoot the
Phoenix.
Phoenix. 5. Yes.
Hey.
It's more than your ballista have ever done before.
Yeah.
It's only defense 2, so it's going to be.
So that's how many attacks? So you roll a
six.
4. So
4 hits for Bast, so it's 2s.
Yeah, 4 wounds.
4 wounds. And
Fucking get on there.
I've got nothing else that can. Oh wait, no, boomstick. I have a boomstick into the Phoenix.
don't forget your boomstick.
Yeah, that's 4 hits.
Nice.
3 hits, sorry,
Okay.
and 2s again.
So yeah, drop her up to 7.
Drop her up to 7.
Yep. That is what I said. I stand by it.
Okay. And now we go into
Nerve
nerve
test.
test.
Yeah.
So the only thing that's taken damage so far is this.
Yep.
So.
Ooh.
Okay, re-roll that because
Yep.
she's within inspiring.
Well, she's inspiring herself, I believe. So that's 16.
Okay, 16 is her exact nerve value.
For well,
14, 16.
yeah. We will quickly double check, but I believe it's equal to or higher.
Testing nerve. It's on page 68. Equal to or higher than routing. The unit is routed.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So Phoenix is routed.
That's a shame. Yeah.
Okay. So that's a pretty good result there.
Yeah. It's gotten rid of the heal battery
Yep.
and the inspiring thing there, but we'll
Well,
see how it
You
goes.
kind of needed that to happen. I feel.
Pretty
so,
much.
So blender time.
Blender time. So we'll start with these guys. 25 attacks. Hitting on 4s. And he dies. It's awful.
Oh,
That's
dear.
awful.
Yeah. That's single digits.
Yeah.
How many hits was that?
Out of 25 attacks, 6.
Oh dear.
Everything else was 1s and 2s.
Right.
4s because crushing strength 1.
Yep.
2 points of damage.
Okay, so that takes them to 6. Do you want to roll their nerve?
Yes. I'll roll the nerve.
I'll also swap that for a better die.
That will be 12.
Yeah, that's nothing. So it drops down by 1.
Yep. So. Oh wait, sorry, you were on 6, so that was 14. So I got 8.
Alright, okay. Re-roll it then.
Oh, from what? What's giving them inspiring?
They are inspiring.
Oh, I wasn't sure because I
Yeah.
thought you were getting inspiring from the Phoenix.
No, I've got a lot of inspiring in this army. So yeah, they're fine.
Yeah. There we go.
The yellow here inspiring, the Phoenix is inspiring, this priest is inspiring.
Everything's inspiring.
We're pretty inspirational. I don't know why you're resisting us, really.
So the elves into the back of the Elohi.
Yeah.
30 attacks.
So you should get at least, what, 4 hits?
Yeah. Rerolling 1s because they are elite.
These need 5s to hit, right?
Yes.
We've got a lot of 1s to re-roll.
Yep. So
Take out your hits first, I reckon.
yep. So that's 5 hits so far. 6, 7.
Yeah. And then you re-roll your 1s.
Yep.
I think that's all of them. Hey, there's a couple more there. 3 more.
4 more.
4 more.
So
That's
I'm
good.
on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Slightly above statistically average.
Slightly.
Not including the elite.
Statistically average Kings of War.
So That.
This is Andy's technique, you see. The more vigorously he shakes the dice, the better the result he gets out of them.
Well, yeah, it confuses them. So I need 5s.
Yep. That's 3.
4.
They were not on 14.
No.
They were on 3, I think. So that takes them to 7.
Okay.
Which is dangerous for them. But that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So it actually goes back down to 6. Oh, come on. Oh, jeez, what was this on?
I don't know. That's why I left it there. I think it's 9.
9 sounds like a lot to me. It might be 6. I don't think it was 9. I don't think they've scored 9 hits on them.
Okay.
Well, it's 6 now. So, moving on.
I'll take out 5 of these. Then we're on exactly 25. The horde into the paladins. 4s. There we go. A bit better. And then
There's a 3 in there.
fight again, because you've got stupid defences. Oh wait, no, you are using your best troops.
Yes,
you don't have.
this is an incredibly elite army.
Yeah.
How many was that?
1.
A single one, okay.
But it might be enough, honestly.
16.
And they are a number 15, 17. So re-roll it. Oh shit! I should not have done that.
Yeah, so 18. They are.
Yep,
They are gone.
They are gone. I will advance the. Or will I? No.
I would reform if I
reform.
Yep.
The other option is I advance and kill the. Go into those.
You've got to roll a 6. So. Yeah, you've got to roll like 4.5.
Yeah.
4.5.
Yeah, it's not a d6.
Reform.
Yep. You could probably take her going into your back and
she
not
doesn't
worry
get
too much.
She doesn't get triple attack.
She
Yeah.
doesn't get triple attack.
But the Elohi will hurt if they do that. So
The thing is that what they, yeah, no, but even then, even if they went into her, killed her.
Oh god, I'm an idiot.
What?
One of my special rules is if I roll a 4 up, I ignore wavering. So I really shouldn't have made you re-roll it.
Okay.
oops. Oh well.
That's really annoying.
Never mind.
And the Praetorians with their 12 attacks.
These dudes.
And 3s re-rolling 1s. No ones to re-roll, and oh wait, well,
No,
one.
there's one.
It's pretty much all hits, isn't it?
11 hits
Nice.
and 5s. That's
That's
definitely
cool.
cold. So 3 points of damage.
Okay.
So nerve check for them. That's 7, so 13. Probably not enough.
No, it's not.
Okay,
So it drops it back down to 5.
they shuffle back a bit. And oh, these guys go back a bit because that fight didn't go as planned. Yeah, that's me.
That's quite a fairly successful round, I'd say.
Fairly.
So we now move on to turn 4. How many turns does this game go for?
6.
6. Okay.
I believe.
It will not go for 6.
So we'll see what happens now. Basilean turn 4.
So, knights have gone into the horde. The Elohi have hopped over to stop themselves getting charged in the back again. Can't do their initial plan anymore, but they can be really annoying.
Okay.
The paladins have charged that squad, and that's basically it. Oh, the other Elohi have also moved around the flank to threaten the elves, or maybe just not be in ballista line of sight. Ranged stuff. She is going to put Bane Chant on those paladins. Yep. And he's going to fireball those guys.
Yep. Wow, you have fireball 8.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. For 3 wounds. Which does put you onto the 9 that we thought they might have been on before.
Yeah.
Whatever. So nerve check for them. I don't think it's possible for them to fail it.
Well, you might get double 6 and over them.
No.
No. We've already had that this game.
And then the attacks. So Paladin Knights 2, 4, 6, 16.
That's a lot of hits.
That's 3, 6, 9, 12 hits first.
Mm-hmm.
15, 18, 21. Well, that's 25 hits.
Oh.
Yep, okay.
That's a
You
lot
do
of
get your
hits.
thunderous charge, so 2.
They aren't phalanx.
No, they're
No.
short wall.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
Just confused by the spears.
No, because
Yeah.
because in the kit, I couldn't give them all swords and gladiators. So
Yeah. So this is 20. 2. That's 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, and then an extra 5. So 15 wounds
Ouch.
on top of the.
7.
Okay.
So they are on 22.
27,
Inspiring.
28.
Still dead.
Yep. They are routed. Having basically a unit made up entirely of, well, tanks really, on horseback. It's going to do that to you.
And then they will pivot.
I feel more sorry for the horses.
Reform even. Do they get some sideways movement as part of that reform?
No, it's either they pivot anywhere in the thing, or they can move forward d6 inches or move back d3 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Got an annoying feeling. Yeah. They will clip that bit of stone, which will prevent them from being able to charge that squad.
Positioning is very important in Kings of War.
No, it doesn't matter.
They will clip that.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, I thought.
You can pivot that way, move forward, and then hit.
No,
it.
that's true. Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
You still get a pivot as part of your charge. It's not a straight line.
And this squad 3, 6, 9, 12. Seven hits. And 3s or 4s for them.
They are defense 5.
So 4s, that's 3 wounds, taking them to 7.
Okay.
13?
I believe they're fine.
Probably, they are
Yep.
hard guys.
Okay.
So that's Basilean's turn 4.
Okay. Each turn, it's been quite. This has been quite brutal.
Yeah.
I think. So we'll see what the Regans can do to come back from this.
A lot of my stuff is hanging on by a thread. So
Yeah, but it's those knights, you see, that all they seem to just annihilate everything they charge into. So yeah. Okay, so turn 4 for the Regans.
Yes. This has been a bit of a reorganisation turn.
Shuffle.
Yeah, I've pivoted the elves so they could got a better line of shots on down the hill. The horde of 5th here have moved up a little bit to get out of arcs from the Elohi over there. They're going to get. Next turn they were going to get charged either by the Elohi or and almost certainly the knights at the same time. I'd rather minimise damage there. The ballista have rotated, so that in future, if there's anything still alive here, they can do that. And Torians, considering their ongoing skirmish with the paladins, my spouse and bear has moved up a little bit, and the veterans are continuing their long walk up this hill.
They got to be veterans because they know when to fight and when not to fight.
Yeah. The thing is that every time I play Kings of War with these guys, inevitably either the Praetorians or the veterans end up doing nothing the entire battle as they try to catch up with the rest of the bloody army.
Maybe a better position for them would have been on your other flank.
Potentially, but they would also probably be dead by now.
Yeah, they probably would have been run over by the horses. So
Yeah.
I mean, that mostly does come down to my deploying and learning how to deploy the army properly. But it also does mean it's also a very reactionary thing to the way that the game goes.
Neither of us felt that we deployed particularly well.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is with this, killing stuff is important, but also not losing stuff is important, and that's a nice big blob of points that I'm unlikely to be able to take off.
Yes.
Paladin Knights are okay, but everything else in the army is
Quite
getting
expensive.
close to the point where it's going to go away.
Yeah.
So
So the thing with certainly with my Regans and the way I build them is that it's very hard to deploy badly, but it's very easy to deploy not optimally. I very often don't deploy optimally because we don't get to play it very often, so I haven't quite learned. Anyway, magic and shooting. Now, I've got to make decisions. What is your nerve for the knights?
22, 24.
Okay, so 6.
It's 14 for the Elohi.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to start with the elves into the Elohi.
yep.
See how that goes. So there's
fill them full of arrows.
yeah. It's 10 attacks because they pivoted. They count as moving, so that's -1 to hit.
Yeah, you've knocked my die, I think.
No, I didn't.
6 should be on.
Yeah, rather than 13.
I'm not entirely sure how I did that by touching his wing. Anyway. So that would be hitting on 5s. Re-rolling 1s.
A couple of ones there to re-roll. But you got 3 hits at least.
3 hits it is.
3 hits it is. So, and...
5s?
yeah,
Or are they any piercing?
they are not piercing, so only 5s. 1 point of damage, which does put them in the danger zone.
Danger zone!
So I am going to use lightning bolt on them from the general.
2
hits.
hits. Piercing
2s.
1, so...
Oh,
is
piercing
the
1.
boom stick more, or is it just lightning bolt?
It is just lightning bolt. It's
It
Either
doesn't
way,
matter,
that's
you've got a
1
6
damage.
and a 1, so
Yeah.
that puts them on 8.
Plus 1 8. Okay, so now I might have to let fate decide. Do I put the fireball on the Elohi or on the knights? I don't think I can actually get to the Elohi because
12 inches?
but it was front arcs.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would only be the thing, so I think it has
I
to.
think it's got to go into the knights.
Yeah, so 6 dice into the knights. Hitting on 4s.
Yeah.
2 points is 2 points.
That's 2 points.
That's 2 points, so they are on 7. So that's not enough.
Then nerve tests.
Yeah.
I don't, unless you've got some more shooting.
No, I just had a thought about Iron Resolve, but I can't. I'm probably wrong.
So Iron Resolve
Yeah.
is if this unit is steady as a result of a nerve test, it regains 1 point of damage.
Yeah.
Headstrong, which most of my stuff also is whenever the unit begins a turn wavering, it rolls a die on a 4-up, it shrugs off the effects.
Okay.
And it's
Yeah.
disordered instead.
Yes. So I was wondering if that Iron Resolve only came in once per turn, not.
No.
So yeah. So let's start with the Elohi.
Yeah. Double ones.
Oh, inspiring.
You know what? I think I'm probably alright.
Damn.
It was worth a try, Andy.
So they are on 7.
Yeah.
And these guys, because you never know, I might get a double 6.
No, so they're on 6. Yeah, if my Phoenix hadn't been able to heal them up, they would be much more vulnerable.
Yeah, yeah. But
And if I hadn't let my Phoenix stupidly die.
oh, wait. I forgot one. One very important shooting attack.
Yeah.
Dynamo Dragonkind into those guys.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss that. That's like 10 dice, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So 4s.
Whoosh! Oh dear.
It's 4 hits.
4 hits, but there's an awful lot of 1s and 3s in there.
And 5s. 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
So do you want to do the?
Yeah.
So 6,
13?
7, 8, 13. No, it's 14. So they're on
Ooh.
7. You can see what I mean about my stuff just being in. Although actually they're the ones that I keep forgetting you're at -1 to the roll. So they're actually fine. It's fine. They're still fine. They've always been fine.
It's fine. This is fine. All this is
all
fine.
They're just on fire. This is
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
This is fine. But,
fine.
well, you know, when you're a horrific.
They're not horrific. They are angels. Damn it, Steve.
Yeah. Angels. Magical devastation. I think we know what's really going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying that magical devastation was an inside job? Are you saying that magical angels can't melt steel beams, Andy?
I'm not saying they're angels. I'm just saying that, you know, certain demonic forces, which we may or may not see later, will possibly have some sort of direct connection to the fact that you have flying things.
Yes, they're here to kill the demons. That is the connection. Right. Do you want to do your attacks?
No, I just want to annoy you further.
For once, I'm playing the good guys.
Yeah.
I like the idea that this whole battle is just the result of a massive misunderstanding. Hundreds of people have died, and it just didn't need to happen.
Sorry. 12.
So,
Let's stab the shit out of that wizard.
so this is this ongoing combat here.
Yep, so assault attacks, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Okay, that's a lot of hits.
Yep. But I still got to get you through your stupid
5s.
armour.
Yeah. So 3 more wounds, bringing them to 8.
And the nerves.
Would get rid of them, so if
18.
you could kindly re-roll.
12?
12 does not.
No.
Yeah.
Those guys have just been wailing on each other for a long time.
They are the elite units of both of our armies.
I'd like to point out that after 3 rounds of combat, we are exactly tied on 7 wounds each.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go away!
I'm so angry! she really is.
she is quite furious. So, yeah, other than that, it's the end of my turn. So we're on to turn 5.
Turn 5.
Turn
This
5.
may in fact go to turn 6.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
So, off we go for turn 5. So at the beginning of turn 5, this is what we're looking at.
Yeah, so pretty predictable stuff, I guess. I would have charged these guys into him, but they wedged themselves in when we tried to complete the movement. So we're pretty sure that means that can't happen.
Yep. There was not physically enough space for them to get past the other 2 units.
So instead they've turned around to charge them if they're still not dead. Hopefully they'll be dead. They should really be dead. The Elohi have charged the elves. The paladins have charged back in against those guys. So ranged stuff. My wizard is going to fireball the battle standard bearer. For 5 hits.
Okay.
2.
Yeah.
I'm guessing
that's
he's
4.
Yeah. So 2 wounds.
Okay.
I'm assuming there's no. Well, maybe I'll wave at him. Yeah, 9. So I'm assuming he's fine.
He's wavered.
Oh, okay.
Inspiring though.
So 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Just a different way of rolling 7.
Yep.
She will Bane chant those guys. Because it'd be really handy if they stopped existing now.
Yep.
And she does it.
Cool.
So then attacks will open with these guys because I think that's probably the most important one at the moment. Is who wins that continual slog of knocker between our 2 elite units. That is a good roll. That is a very good roll. That's 10 hits.
Okay.
Nice.
So 4s.
And then re-rolling the 1s because they are vicious. That's 3 so far. 5 wounds.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's put them onto 13.
12.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I can add up.
Andy, add.
But if I wanted to do maths, I wouldn't be playing war games.
And that would be a 23. So I'm assuming you'll let that go. Yeah. Yeah.
Roll the dice again, please. I might get you might get a double 1.
Okay, we'll call that cocked, I think.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. You roll 1, 4, and something else.
12, 16. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
We have a winner.
Eventually.
Eventually.
And they will go forward 5 inches.
But they cannot come into contact with veterans.
No, and they have to end an inch away. So they basically wind up an inch away. And that's the first special thing I bought that I felt has actually been worth it, because that would not have happened if it wasn't for Bane Charm.
There we go.
For Vicious, even. And then the Elohi, sorry, 4, 7, 9. It's 5 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds. I should have re-rolled a miss. It's a hit. And it fails to wound.
Okay.
So yeah, his sword has been entirely useless
So, yep.
already. 9, 10, 11, 13.
Not enough. They're on 14, 16.
Nice.
Okay.
And the knights.
However, they are disordered, so they cannot shoot next turn.
10, 16. That's 3, 6, 7 hits so far. 10, 13, 16, 17 hits in total. 2s because they get thunderous.
Yep.
Yep.
So that's 17 wounds.
Mm-hmm. So I am on
26.
Inspiring. So you might get a double one.
No, no, they are very much gone. Okay.
How are they going to consolidate?
That is the
I
question.
really want to kill that fucking battle standard bearer.
I don't know why. He hasn't done anything.
He's just obnoxious with his wolf pelt cloak and
Yeah,
his big stick.
yeah. If I was being sensible, I should probably reform to face those guys, but I'm not going to be.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay.
Okay.
So, turn 5 for the Regans. Turn 5 for the Regans.
Right. Very little I can do now because most of my units are deaded. I've reformed the veterans so they can receive a charge. Although it doesn't look like it, the elves have charged the Elohi. We didn't want to move them because otherwise there would just be an avalanche of elves.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that.
The general and the wizard have advanced a little bit, and the ballista crews have reloaded, so
Click,
they are
click.
ready. They are ready to fire.
Should that dice be on 15?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
No.
No?
Should be on 7 or 8.
Yeah. 7. So we'll start with the ballista.
Please.
First one
miss.
into the back of the knights.
Stop hitting
5s.
us.
Second one into the back. Yeah, there we
No.
go. Standard.
Hey, there's Andy dice again.
It's not even Andy dice. That's just how
Yeah.
they've been.
That's War Machines.
Yep.
I mean, admittedly, they're only 65 points each. No, so 60 points each.
Yeah.
Someone really needs to invent like a site for them.
Oh heck, a dwarven engineer that allows me to reroll misses. Fireball into those guys.
This is from your.
Actually,
wizard,
wait.
One moment while Andy reboots.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about Bane chanting the elves, but I don't think I can.
Needs to be in 12 inches, which might be a stretch.
Yeah, and also I don't think I can because they're allies, not my own.
Yeah, possibly not.
I might be wrong about that, but I know I can do fireball. I know I can definitely do fireball onto those
And
guys.
if you get 10 hits and 10 wounds, you can take them out.
Yeah, I can only do 9 between these guys.
Oh.
Because unlike you, I have a reasonable number of fireballs. 4s.
Look, we've done a lot of research lately into blowing things up with magic. I mean!
2 more points of damage on those, and lightning bolt
Lightning bolt.
is 1 hit, 2s, another point, so it's 9. Go for the double 6 because I'm out of all other shooting.
Nope.
No. Close combat. This is going to be really, really bad. Would you stop giving me false hope? Elves hitting on 5s, re-rolling 1s.
Come on, elves.
That's a decent amount of hits, actually.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
So that's half of them hit.
Hey, that's good.
And 5s. 2 more points of damage. You're on 9.
Yeah.
I'll find 9. There it is. And now
See if you can wipe them off.
that's
That would be enough, so re-roll it.
yeah. Come on, give me a statistically average 7.
Yay!
That's
There we
the
go.
low he gone.
Yay.
They fly away
Yep.
to fight another day.
Back to the hells in which they. I mean, the, in which
And then
those-
the elves will use their free pivot to go that way.
Okay. I think
And-
you kind of needed that to happen.
Yeah, I kind of needed something not to die.
Yeah. So, is that everything?
So, yeah, I'm out.
Okay.
Okay,
Turn
so
six.
turn 6.
The battle begins to draw to a close. We'll see, and it's. I think really, it's kind of still everything to play for at this point. So yeah, this should be interesting. So turn 6 for the Basileans.
Yep. So those angels are going to murder the fuck out of that guy.
No, they're not.
These knights are definitely going to murder the fuck out of that guy.
Maybe. that might be a thing. I'd be really, really happy if he doesn't.
The paladins have moved up there just to stab. Elizabeth is going to try and heal those knights. She does technically have more than just Bane Charm. And she'll get 2 hits off, so it makes it slightly less likely that they will just die. And the War Wizard will lightning bolt those elves.
Lightning bolt.
With a hit. That doesn't wound.
That's 4.
And it's piercing 1.
Oh yes.
So, yeah, lightning bolt is less good than the boom gun.
Yeah.
Boomstick.
No, sorry. It was. I was. It's the lightning bolt spell. We already went through this. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So, angels descending from above to slay the general. Get a few hits. His defense is 5 or 4.
His defense is 5.
Okay, so that is 3 wounds.
Okay. 12, 14.
Oh, does he? No, they don't get multiple extra attacks. That's only war machines,
Yes.
isn't it? Yeah. So that's 10.
Okay. So yeah, re-roll that because you would need 11 to kill him anyway. So
Okay.
yeah, so he's fine.
The 32 attacks against that one guy.
I'm really rooting for that wizard to.
What battle standard bearer?
Yeah, the standard bearer. Hold your ground. It's not going to happen, is it?
It'll happen.
So that's 3, 6,
There's
9,
a 1 in there.
10, 11. I think it moved when I moved it. Steve? I'll take it out.
Yeah, take it out. I don't think it's going to matter
3,
somehow.
6, 9, 10.
Because you're going to roll all that again anyway, so.
13, 16, 19 hits.
And a tree knocked over.
Yeah, I keep knocking over that tree. And then 2s, because they get their thunderous. That's a lot of 1s.
Not enough for him to survive, I feel.
3, 6, 9, 12 wounds.
Inspiring.
No.
Yeah, no, he is trampled to death.
And then they'll reform. For all that it matters. But they won't get charged in the side because we've learned that lesson. And the paladins. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 attacks. 3, 6, 8 hits. Needing 4s or 5s?
They are defense 5.
Okay. So 3 wounds.
Okay.
No crushing strength this time because they tried to heal.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay.
Okay, and what is likely to be the final turn of the game, not necessarily, but it is likely. Let's see how the Regans can respond. Alright, so turn 6 for the Regans.
Okay.
What's going to happen?
Well, the veterans countercharge the paladins, and I will start with some shooting with wizard fireballing the Elohi. 6 dice, that is 6, yes, on 4s.
That's good.
5 hits, needing 5s. 1.
That's less good.
Could be enough though.
Yep, and the boomstick. 2 hits, 4s, another 1, so that's up to 9.
Yep.
What's their nerve?
14.
Okay.
They don't have a slash. They can't be wavered. But
All right.
This ballista into them,
They are at -1 when you roll against them. So.
but
they're
it misses.
effectively 15.
This ballista against the knights
Okay.
misses.
Okay.
Okay.
So do you want to roll for the Elohi?
No, because at the end of the round.
Is there more shooting?
There is more shooting. Admittedly, not against the Elohi, but it's.
Okay.
We should probably do this in the correct order.
Yeah.
The elves are going to shoot the knights. So it's 10 shots. They didn't move this turn, so hitting on 4s.
Yeah.
Rerolling 1s. Okay, so that's lots of misses. Only one of them is a 1, but it does go to become a hit. So
5 hits.
5 hits.
How average of you.
Yeah.
And 2 points of damage onto those guys.
Yeah.
Because if they're 5s, I believe.
Yeah. Takes it to 10. If I can find the 10, which
Probably.
I can't.
Need another wizard to give them, or an elven one to give them Bane Chant. Anyway, so Elohi.
Because it's an X on that die.
Yeah.
That's really stupid.
Well, it's the Magic the Gathering 10th edition dice, so.
Ah, right. Okay.
Right. So -1's the roll, which I need to remember because I paid for it.
That's a 2 and a 6.
Right. So that would be too much anyway.
Yeah.
So re-roll because they are inspiring. So that'd be
That's a 2 and
7.
a 5.
6.
So 7 goes to 16, which goes to 15, which is still too much. So
Yeah.
yeah, they die. And that brew of courage was pointless.
There you go. And then for them, I might get a double 6, get them to 22, which.
That's not a double 6.
So that is a
18.
20, which
No, it's not.
no, 6, 8. Yeah, no, 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fine.
Okay. And now we get into the fighting against the paladins. So these guys have the chance of haste, so they are vicious. So
Yep.
instead of re-rolling 1s to hit, they re-roll 1s to wound.
Yep.
So 3s.
This is in fact a mirror match.
Yep.
Except my guy's already injured.
And 5s, re-rolling 1s.
3, 4. No, lots more than 3. So 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
Ooh, that's painful.
Yep.
And the nerve is.
We'll re-roll that.
Yeah.
It's 22 at the moment, and then
Yeah, 20. They're gone.
20. They are gone.
Nice.
Remember
what we were saying earlier about those guys getting to be veterans because of knowing when to fight?
Yeah.
They will back up the 3 inches. So 2 inches.
Cool.
Okay. And now.
We see if the game ends.
Okay, do you want to roll because you were first player? 1 to 3 game ends.
Game
Game
does
ends.
indeed end.
Game ends.
So how many points have we got left?
Yes.
Okay, so
Quick add up of scores. And it has come out that the Regans have definitely won this, but no, it was a tie.
it was a tie. It was very, very close.
So in the end, Tom managed to kill over 865 points of Regans, and
Andy killed 925 points of Basileans.
so with a 60-point difference, that is a tie. I would have needed to have. Someone would need to have killed at least 150 points difference.
Yeah. It all came down to that last round. If that unit of Paladin Footguard had survived,
yeah, it would have been a Basilean victory.
Yep. But as it happens, we just have two big groups of humans and one small group of elves smashing their heads together in frustration, trying to work out what's gone wrong.
Oh, we know exactly what's gone wrong. We're just looking for the evidence.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. It was demons.
That you summoned.
No.
They were flying around. We saw them.
Good game.
Yeah.
So, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. So, how do you think that game went then?
It was very close. I feel like I made a couple of big tactical errors, which probably cost me the game.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it was that close, but then again, I never feel like I'm ever going to be in any position to call anything other than a loss until I inevitably tie or...
Where's that positive mental attitude you're so famous for?
This is the positive mental attitude he's so famous for. He's positive he's going to lose.
When I saw you plonk down that huge horde of knights and then the flying demon things,
The Elohi,
yeah.
the glorious angels as
That's
well.
what he said.
Saviour.
Flying demon things.
it was just like, okay, well, I can probably tie up one flank and then have the rest fold. I was getting flashbacks to playing Steve's demons with my Imperial Fists. It was just sort of like, well... Bye. Nice knowing you guys.
You do tend to play armies where there's lots of cheap models that get taken off in huge swaves. I have noticed that.
I like to play armies, not 5 guys in a car. It's why I like the idea of going to playing 6mm and 10mm scale games. I want to play with an army, not a very small individual squad-based game. So
Well, Kings of War is good for that.
yeah, which is why I've got Romans.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt like I learned a lot about how that army is going to operate in future. So I probably made a big mistake in there was a point where essentially I was relying on my inspiration reroll. I made an inspiration reroll. I didn't have to.
Yeah.
Because I thought, wavering, that's really bad. I don't remember exactly why that's bad, but it's bad, so I should stop that. Oh, no, now they're gone.
Yeah.
Whereas actually, all they needed to do was sit there for another turn, and I could have charged that horde in the back, and...
Yeah. The wavering would have stopped you from charging it if your headstrong hadn't gone off.
Yeah.
But there does come occasions in the game where it's just like, well, I could inspire that, or just take the wavering, and sometimes, even though you're in inspiring range, it's just like, I'd rather just take the wavering, keep the unit on the board, and have it as a potential roadblock or threat later on.
I mean, you put a lot of wounds very quickly on a lot of my army, which meant that for, I think, 3 rounds, most of my units had 6 or 7
Yeah,
wounds.
but given the size of your units and how tough they are, it didn't really do much.
That was the problem. I was looking at it going, shoot, both Elohi regiments are on 6 or 7, and they've only got a nerve of 14. So if I get unlucky here, 1 wound is enough to force a save that will take them off. The Knights performed very, very well, better than I was expecting them to be honest. But
They were really your star unit, I feel.
they did exactly what they were supposed to do.
Which is to steamroller everything they can get into combat with.
You see, the thing is, for the first 2 rounds, they were tied up against chaff, which is what I was expecting to happen. And they
I ran out of chaff.
Yeah. But if I played it differently, if I hadn't had to turn them around and go into the horde, they could have finished off the ballista, they could have finished off the general, they could have done all the backfield stuff.
Yep.
But I couldn't do that. So, yeah, I thought it was an interesting game. I felt it was very close. I thought when I started losing big units, I was left going, what have I got left really?
Mm.
If all it would have taken was the veterans, no, that fight which went back and forth between the paladins and your
Praetorians.
Praetorians. If the Praetorians had got lucky there, or I'd just got more unlucky, that whole flank would have dissolved, and then I've got nothing protecting my priest or war wizard. So I felt it was very, very close.
Yeah.
One thing that I noticed was that I think slightly hamstrung you in the early game, Tom, was your measuring.
Yeah, I messed up a lot of movement.
Just making sure to remember to measure from the edge of the base.
Leader point, yeah.
Yeah, because those extra half inches do make a difference, a big difference.
Yeah, I think also, this is something that we're obviously going to address after Salute, but we need better terrain. I felt like Andy's army would have done a lot better if there were more things to hamper my night movement, which there probably should have been.
See, I don't know, because he had 2 hordes of infantry that it would have made it more difficult for them to move as well.
Yeah, but hordes of infantry don't rely on thunderous charge.
Especially the way I play my army. My army is I'm quite happy for you to come to me because eventually I will grind you down.
Yeah.
Whereas, because that's basically how the Romans worked. Whereas, being able to move up and attack the enemy is great and is useful. It's not how I've ever played an army.
It could be interesting to stick the Amulet of Thorns on one of those big hordes next time.
Yeah.
Just go, I don't care that you've got thunderous charge.
Yeah.
But specifically when you're going against heavy cavalry, that's huge.
Well, the other option is I turn those hordes into spear phalanx. And so that thunderous charge doesn't actually have an effect, and they get 5 more attacks each.
Yeah.
Presumably that would make them slightly squishier, but...
No, it would be exactly the same.
Really?
They're 35 points more, so they're 200 points each instead of 165 points each. They gain phalanx and 5 attacks.
Yeah, so it's just better than the Amulet of Thorns, which I think is 35 points just for phalanx. So yeah, that could be interesting. I really like the big horde of knights in a very childish way, because I looked at it and went,
horses!
Biggest number of attacks in the book. I want to use that.
No. Has your missus been looking at your models again, going, horses? He saw numbers, you went horses.
Yeah, I'll be honest, painting the horses was not super fun for me, although I am quite pleased with the general look.
It's a good-looking army. Both of them are good-looking armies.
Big black steeds with white paladins on them, I think, is a cool mental image.
Yeah.
I am kind of disappointed because I don't know where my elephant of war has gone.
Yeah, I wanted the elephant. I wanted to fight the elephant with my knights.
Yeah, I don't know.
There'll be another opportunity to do that, I'm sure.
If I can find the bloody thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it was fun. It's a very, very different game to 40k, which we've been playing a lot of.
Yep. And again, very different from Drop Zone, which we've been tinkering with, and although we haven't actually really been playing it, we've been thinking about it a lot again. So,
but yes, really fun game. Thanks.
Indeed, no problem.